Testing. Testing. Oh, okay. Well, there we go. I think that one worked. That one works.
Cool.
But does the other one work? Mic, auxiliary. Let me add one more here. Audio input.
Why is she live saying nothing? Because I can't hear it. I want to delete that because I'm not gonna post that. I'm gonna delete it as soon as we get this solved. I'm gonna delete that tape.
Testing. And there we go.
Are we live now
Testing.
for real?
Oh, okay. Yeah, we're live.
So I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna delete that. I'm not gonna have. Or should I just let it go?
Just let it go for now. We can edit it later.
Oh, I don't know how to do that, but yeah. Okay, I'll just let it go.
Yeah, for some reason these built-in mics aren't working.
They never work for me.
Which is lame.
They never work for me when I try to use them. They never work for me. I found them very like...
Real tech. You just unplugged the device. Line in. Mic in. Okay. Yeah, for some reason this testing. These built-in mics aren't working.
Why is it repeating like that? I don't get that.
Which is lame. Testing. Testing. Yeah, I think for now we're just fine.
What do you mean just fine?
Well, we're just running off of that microphone in
So
there.
we don't need this. These never work for me. They never work for me.
Well, they should work off of this.
Okay. Yeah, all they did is block us from being heard this time, right?
I don't know.
I don't
It's
know.
not.
I mean, nobody can hear us.
It's just I can spend all afternoon trying to troubleshoot it.
That's not.
I'm not going to do that.
Okay. Can they hear us now?
Yeah.
Can they? Oh, I didn't hear that. Are we live, or do they?
Yeah, we're live. We're live.
They can hear us now.
Yeah.
So now we're just sitting here when they can hear us. Isn't that funny?
Yeah.
Hi guys. I for a second there I thought we weren't.
The video's lagging because we have a laggy video.
Well, I don't want to hear it. I don't mind it lagging, but I don't want to hear a repeat of everything we're saying.
Well, we're limited. We only have, like, the wireless is only so good here. Where's your wireless here?
I don't know. I don't know. It's in our house. I don't know.
Yeah.
That's what I'm gonna say. Anyway, we're here to premiere our new song "War" today. But as the musician side of it, I'm already on to a new song that I want to do. I want to maybe start recording today that I've written, and it'll be our next song. So I like to play that for you guys a little bit. You can actually hear it. It's a good volume, not too loud, not too soft, right?
Yeah, it's fine.
Okay. I'm gonna play our new song, "Kissing Death." The main reason we're here is to premiere our song "War." It's already ready to go. Premiere anytime.
Buongiorno Leita, buongiorno.
What did I do wrong there? Oh, I did that lyric wrong. Okay, start again.
Bonsoir Jimmy, tu es super.
best. This is the best. I'm gonna survive. I'm gonna be alive. I'm gonna hold on. I'm my son. I'm not doing well. But who can tell? It's all life. It's full of time. It's just me and my knife. No greatest do. What will I do? Against all hope. I'm putting dope. I'm kissing death. Trying to catch my breath. I'm kissing death. Trying to quit death. I'm kissing death. Trying to catch my breath. I'm kissing death. Trying to quit death. Yeah. Satellite tries to try to jump and slide. I'm outside my zone and I'm alone. Can't face this hell. On my own smell. It's getting me out. I'm pulling out. Beside me. From myself. I can't go on. Brain is long gone. I'm feeling hopeless. I'm a total mess. Can't go on living. Time to giving. I'm kissing death. Trying to. I'm kissing death. Trying to quit death. I'm kissing death. Trying to catch my breath. I'm kissing death. Trying to quit death. Yeah, yeah.
Oh, Jimmy are committing war crimes with this badass guitar. Jimmy kissing death. Ja, super Jimmy, c'est good.
It sounds good, thank you. I like that song. The solo is the part where I'm doing the arpeggios isn't worked out totally. Like I'm not sure how many times to do which part and all that, but otherwise that's the gist of it. And
no, it's yeah, we can hear the passion, you know. It's we hear the yeah. I can tell you are passionate about this song. It's beautiful.
Thank you, man. I appreciate that, dude. In fact, if I had to, I could play it like for an hour and I wouldn't even get tired of it. But I won't do that with you guys.
Hey, well, that's the best, you know. You find something new every time you play.
Yeah, and not to like. Saying, you know, not to toot my own horn or anything, but I felt passionate about everything me and the Mad Raider have done so far. I've felt the passion. In fact, yeah, I felt it with our first official song to me is Wild, which I felt passion for, and then we did Black Boy Blues, which I feel passion for, and then we did War, which was really passionate. I mean,
oh yeah, wait until you hear War.
I mean, in War,
they don't like, man. When you guys hear War, it's like nothing. you guys ever heard before.
Well,
There's 40 tracks on it. 40.
Jesus Christ, 40 tracks on the wall.
Yeah.
yes. And I'll tell you what,
My God.
the Matt will back me up on this. I when I was doing the vocals for War, there was 3 times when I almost cried. I almost lost my shit and was crying.
Yeah, the vocals. We left the vocals off the
short.
The short.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's going to be a surprise.
I actually had to make sure I didn't break down crying to get through the lyrics, because when you cry you can't sing at the same time. I found that out.
Well, you know, I mean, I think if you find a way to power through the cry, it makes it more authentic, you know?
Yeah, except, that's one way of doing it, because, but the problem is when I'm crying I can't physically sing. So
No, crying.
I can't physically sing when I'm crying, so
What I've told him is
Yeah.
crying or emotional is selfishness.
yeah, if I get moved by the song and when I'm recording it, I'm making it about me feeling it, and I can't do that. I gotta put my eyes
Well,
on it.
I mean, I may be wrong, but at least my perspective on this on art and music is that you know, every time we create something, it is personal because we are human. So if you know it, if in the moment you allow your emotion to come through, then if you manage to carry on, then it is so beautiful. We see Jimmy in the song. You know, we hear the guitar, we hear the music, but we also want to hear Jimmy. We want to hear you, because that is why we listen. You know.
Thank you.
Yeah, there's some voice modulation in there, but we already actually play test a lot of the videos against another audience before we release it. Believe it or not, we get opinions on it. And so this is
Really?
one of the reasons why the song took so long to come out, because we'd roll off like kind of a rough cut and say, okay, what do you think? And then I'll run it past my brother and other people I know. They're the kind of music aficionados, so to speak, right? And they'll go, the intro, it's great, but, like at first we had this huge long intro because he had this great guitar part that's very ethereal. And it's 3 different guitars. There's one overhead, there's one to the right, and I have volume envelopes that basically waver the guitar, like these spooky kind of guitar riffs, which are really cool. And I got enthralled by that, saying, "Oh, this is bitching. People are going to want to hear 15 minutes of this."
Yeah.
And it takes kind of sometimes that outside person to peer in and then go, "You know what? That's way too long. You got to cut that down." So
I agree. You need a voice from the outside to say, "Hey, look, I am outside the bubble, but I care, and I think that maybe we try this way."
Yeah, and can I mention one of those? One of his friends named Thomas. That the one?
Yeah, Thomas. Yeah.
Thomas even suggested break up the solo into 2 parts, and the matter didn't.
Yeah,
work.
so normally we have kind of this, like our first songs are kind of like, what do they have? A kind of a little theme, and then they had like Jimmy shredding a solo, and then kind of a closeout. Well, we said, okay, we got to do something a little different there, because that's a little too formulaic. So we have an intro, and then we have a nice light, what would you call it, singing piece, kind of from you, a very delicate piece.
Yeah, I'm
slowly ramps
singing
up.
just like under my breath almost.
Yeah, and it slowly ramps up, and then he gets lost in the weeds of this like distorted guitar that has a lot of flanger in it, right? And then we have a lot of explosions. It ends in a large gunshot, and then his voice echoes into the distance, into the silence, and then we have this heavy bass line come in, right? And to me, I mean, I love the song.
Yeah.
That's totally different what we did before. The other thing I did too is I went through the different standards. So I'm still kind of a budding, what do you say, mastering the song itself, like production wise. And I finally got it into a, what do they call it? LUFS-I or minus 16. Like there's a certain loudness standard that you have to stay within for streaming services. If you don't, what happens is when you upload it, they compress it and they kind of like it can dull your sound. Your sound. Why didn't?
Yes, I know what you mean.
Yeah, we didn't run into that one. So yeah, this song, we've already. There's my buddy from Hawaii. He listened to it, and out of the blue, I hadn't talked to him like at least a year and a half. And I did kind of an update. And he texted me, said, "Man, I really like that song." He said,
and it hasn't called you in like 2 years.
Yeah. And so, like right there, like I know
He chose the song
yeah.
as a reason to call the moderator.
Yeah, and he's like,
This is my reason.
Yeah. So we like the song, so I'll break the silence, iciness.
Okay, it's time to finally break the fast of moderator talk. The new song, I Now Talk.
Yes.
yeah. It's kind of tough on your channel because
What was that? Oh, you want me? Did you say me to
Go
talk?
ahead. Yeah, go ahead.
Oh, you said you want me to talk?
No, I was just saying, like it's good to have the opinions of people who are outside the circle because
it is. They have no, they don't have a dog, and they don't have a dog in the race. They're gonna.
Yeah, the big problem we run into, and what? By the way, what area are you from? Are you in the U.S. or are you outside of the U.S.?
no, moi, are you talking to me?
Yes. Where are you from?
No. I live in Paris.
Oh, okay, great.
I said France, didn't I? I just now did.
Well, I think
Yes,
sometimes
you did. You guessed it.
a lot of bands actually had to go out of their local towns to do anything because their local towns are too judgmental, and that's also true with Jimmy's channel. You get a shit ton of douche canoes that join, and what they want to do is I call them the acolytes from the Church of Dusty Balls. Basically, they grew up on 70s rock. And that's the only thing that exists. It's like the Virgin Mary to them, okay? You have to say the incantations in the right way, in the right order, strum the proper way.
Yeah.
And what's so hilarious about that is
what is normal,
guitar was never an orchestral instrument. It was always a street instrument. It came from ancient Persia. It went eventually into Spain, right? And in Spain, the gypsies picked it up. It was never an official instrument, and it's always been an instrument.
You know what's comparable to? First of all, you're from France, right?
Yes,
I have a fun fact. You want to hear it?
I would love to.
I did 23andMe, but I did it under my wife's email because I lied to her at the time and told her I didn't have an email because I didn't want her. But because I didn't want her in my business, but I had to have an email to have a YouTube channel, and she didn't realize that. So anyway, my 23andMe is on my wife's email, and now she can't get it back. But guess what 23andMe said about me?
What did they say?
I'm a descendant of Marie Antoinette and King Louis XVI of France. I am
King Louis?
yeah,
but you know, we chopped King Louis' head off, you know?
I know, and Marie Antoinette, so maybe I have some trauma there. Maybe that's why I don't like things around my neck. I don't like shirts way up. I don't like to wear a shirt like this. See me here? Because it reminds me of getting my head cut off. I don't like that.
For you, no?
What?
It is a shirt, it's a restricting item,
Yeah,
no?
it's a restricting my neck. I don't like things around my neck. I have a feeling, maybe that's where I got some of that.
Yes, I think so. You know, the generational trauma, it carries on.
Because they hold your head up after they chop it off just so you can see the crowd looking at you.
Really?
Your head is for
Yes,
8
it is.
seconds after
Yes,
it's cut off. And somehow that is in my actual DNA because I'm their descendant. So there's that. And plus, when I was in 5th grade, this friend, a so-called friend or whatever, was spinning a tether ball really fast, and it was long, so it had a lot of velocity, and it hit me right in the neck. And it didn't hurt me, but it traumatized me. And even in my life since then, I've never liked things around my neck. I can handle a necklace, but notice how I hold on to it and stuff, and I don't like things around my neck. That's a fun fact.
Yeah, you do not like it. No, I think I think there is a certain kind of quality. I believe generational trauma is real, but I also believe generational passion is real. You know?
Yeah, because do you know? This is another fun fact that everybody knows, but I'm going to remind them. Do you know that in the Queen song, Freddie Mercury from Queen, he's in the top 5 vocalists of all time in my book. It mentioned Marie Antoinette and Killer Queen. By Queen, just like Marie Antoinette. That's like he actually sings the name Marie Antoinette, and I always liked that lyric, and I didn't know why. I didn't know why I was drawn to that. Like, it's cool, Freddie. And then I find out I'm her descendant, and I go, oh, that's what drew me. And I like, And they had a quote from her that said, when they said, what are they going to feed the people, right? And supposedly, Marie Antoinette said, feed them cake. Let them eat cake. And they took that wrong. You know how she meant that?
How?
She meant it as they can have everything, and then we'll even give them our cake. But they took
Yes,
it like
yes,
yeah, but they
exactly.
took it like she
It's
was
just
saying,
they
let them
just
eat the
thought, oh,
garbage,
it's
let them
just
eat the
cake.
trash. And she did not mean it that way. She was misrepresented in
No.
history. She was a great, and she's in my. She's actually in my. I don't know any blood relative on this earth. I've never met a blood relative in this earth in this life.
No.
But I don't know who my parents were because I was adopted and the adoption was closed. I don't even know who my parents are. Never had children. Never had a brother and sister that I know of. But I know Marie Antoinette and King the 16th were my descendants.
But you know she is in your bloodline.
Yeah, and that's the closest thing I have to family. If you can believe how
Well,
stupid
let's
that
bring
sounds.
Yes, I mean,
I know. Okay,
think
we'll bring it back to the song, but sometimes comic relief is a good thing. It got me engaged at least.
I believe so, but I
Yeah.
will say one thing. I think in your pursuit of war as well, I think I asked one question and then I finally answer. But my question to you is, do you, when you write this song, do you have a kind of real world passion
I was
or
going
a
to say
real
that.
world image that you think of when
You
you
ask
sing
really
it?
good questions, but I want to. Can I take a step back from that first?
Of course, my friend.
Okay, the first thing is, before I answer that, I wanted to deal with the Pink Floyd issue, okay? Pink Floyd...
I love Pink Floyd.
Yes, I do too. They were very minimalist and yet said a lot with what they actually used. You know, they said the most with the very least, and which is very, very cool. They're the band that did that. And they wrote a
Yes,
song...
sometimes less is more.
Sometimes. And they did a song in the 1979 album The Wall called Goodbye Blue Sky. And it's thematically similar to war, but first of all, but in our defense, but yet I wasn't even considering Pink Floyd when we made it, and the theme that the theme of war and loss of innocence is a universal theme, not invented by Pink Floyd. They just did it musically in 1979.
It's always repeated throughout movies.
And not only did we not intentionally copy them, because I wasn't even thinking of that analogy until it came out after the song.
Well,
was
what's
already
funny
done.
is I thought he mentioned the song "War," and I said, "Oh, I have a great opening for it." You know,
He hadn't even heard anything I wrote. All he heard is the title, and he wrote the keyboard part without even me being in the room, and it works for the song, and we're doing a theme that is universal, without even intentionally taking anything from Pink Floyd. It just is a coincidence that it happens to coincide in some levels. Now and Roger Waters had military experience through his dad and trauma that way. But you asked me the same question, and that's why I wanted to step back to Pink Floyd. But now I'd like to answer.
Hey, dude, you joined us in the last live stream, didn't you?
Yeah.
I did, yes.
You've been awesome, man. We love
Thank
having
you.
you on.
I love it. You know, it's quite funny because a couple of my friends in Paris, they also know of Jimmy, and they have listened to a couple of his songs on YouTube, and we're big fans.
Can I tell you, you know, I'm digressing again, but you know what? I have in my 23andMe, it also said that you want to hear my stat, what it said I'm broken down into?
Yes.
First of all, I'm 99.9% Northwest European. And 86.5% of that is French and English, or English and French, whichever one of the two. Yeah, whatever. And 13.4% is French and German. I mean, no, 86.5 is English and Irish. I did that wrong.
And don't forget 0.5 Pocahontas.
Yeah, that's great.
So that's the Germanic bloodline.
86.5% English and Irish. 13.4% French and German. That's correct. I was like in the wrong space. And the only 0.1% that's not Northwest European is Far Eastern and Native Americans. So I have a very affinity to Europe. I really did say that right the last time. I don't know why I said it wrong the first time.
Yes, completely.
And something tells me that if I had infinite resources, something tells me I would move to Europe for some dumb reason.
I think, Jimmy, you know, we go where we can. Like you said, with infinite resources, we would go where we need to go, but we do what we can. I must go because it is
Thank you for joining.
It is my birthday tomorrow, so I
happy
must go.
birthday.
But
March
thank you.
3rd, right?
March the 3rd, yes.
Wait, yeah, March the 3rd. Yeah, I'm good at math.
So how do we get a hold of you
but-
for future interviews?
Yeah, and tell all your friends that Jimmy says hi and he loves you guys. And can I tell you one thing I'd like to do if I went to Europe? Can I tell you one thing I would do if I went to Europe? What I'd like to do? Can you guess?
What? Please. Yes.
I would like to
I'd say you would like to perform in Paris.
There's that. But I would love to see Mozart's piano in Salzburg. Oh my God, I would just be, I would be in trauma. I'd be in trauma for like 3. That was like meeting Alan Holdsworth. He was in trauma for 3 days. I'd be like that seeing Mozart's piano. I want to see his piano, dude. I want to get the energy of it and feel his energy. I love Mozart.
Yes.
It was the most natural. Time. There's a saying. Beethoven was the greatest composer, but Mozart was the only composer. He is the only guy that could do that. And I'm not, and I really I try to channel that sometimes. And what would Mozart do? WWMD. What would Mozart do? You know,
what would Mozart do?
Yeah, he would do it right. Sometimes when I'm playing, I think of channeling him, if not stylistically, at least conceptually and energetically. I want to get what he had. And you can see I'm almost breaking up from it, right? You can tell that I feel that, right? So,
passion.
Mozart was great.
Can I, if you wouldn't mind, I'd like to give just one piece of recommendation before I go.
Please.
There is he's an artist, but he is a clown actor. His name is Philippe Gaulier, okay? He's French, but he is a hedonist and he teaches the arts of pleasure. And he says, in all of art, we must pursue our pleasure as our foremost passion. And in that pleasure, then we find our most authentic self. I would really advise you look over Philippe Gaulier's work.
Please spell it for me, and I'll write it down because I'm not.
Yes, of course.
Spell the first and last name, please.
Yes. So Philippe. So it's PHILLIPPE. Philippe.
Okay.
And then Gaulier, that is GAULLIER.
Got it. Well, you know that you make it. I mean that makes me think I'm even more French than I thought I was.
I think so. Because I say the hair is, you got the French hair.
Yeah. For the hair, and it is my own hair, and I don't dye it, and I'm 57, and I don't even dye my hair.
You know, one day I think you and Matarita should trade their costumes, and I think you should do a fun live stream where you pretend to be each other, and you know, for the fun of it, why not? It's pleasure.
He'd have to have my hair without a wig, though, and he can't. I don't know if he can do that.
That's his hard. That's his
my natural look.
Oh yeah. Take it off anytime, Manarator. I'll pull it off for you if you get smart with me.
I'd just like to say,
you want me to pull it off, Manarator? Just kidding, man. What was that?
Don't be a bully.
I'm not being a bully. I'm just teasing. Go ahead.
Nah, he's just teasing. It is what did they say? Banter?
Witty banter.
Witty banter.
See, I wish I could say banter like he could.
Yeah.
That'd
It
be
was
really
when you
cool.
said Nemois that I guessed you were French. I had a clue there.
Yes, it is. You know, I can try. I try to American accent. I sound like
try that, dude. No, dude. I love Europe, dude. I'm not anti-American because I live here and I love this country and all that. I really do. But my ancestral,
my name's Jimmy, and
I'm from Southern Cal. You know, I don't know. I don't have. I just the only family I really know I have is connected to Europe. It's all I have. I don't have any. I don't even have a brother and sister here. I don't even have a son and daughter. I never had children. That's a long story. I figured out when I was 13 because my adoptive dad, was a 6'3" Navy SEAL that was also in the Illuminati. This is his Illuminati ring on my left hand pinky finger, and he beat the crap out of me at will. And I had to walk
because he was in Illuminati.
Because he was a Navy SEAL that had a slight injury. He was injured
of course.
and he took it out on me. And
I have my own theory on that.
Yeah, we have another. Ben has a better theory, but this is my simple way of looking at it. And I took a walk when I was 13 is when he got his Illuminati stuff together, and we went to a new area that blew me away. And I took a walk at midnight one night when 13 years old, and I figured out my whole life. And one of the things I figured out was I'm not having kids if there's even 1% of a chance I'm going to do to them what my dad's doing to me. I wouldn't take the chance. I couldn't tell myself I wouldn't do that because I know I'm smart. I know that it was done to me. Sometimes but now that I'm 57,
you have to break the cycle.
Yeah, but now that I'm but now that I'm 57, I have the feeling I could have kids now if I wanted. I would be okay. But I couldn't say that.
You know, it's possible. It is possible because if, people think that I mean, you said you were adopted, you still had parents in that way. So it is okay.
I wasn't abandoned by my natural parents.
No.
I mean, I wasn't abandoned by my adoptive parents because they actually adopted me, but that doesn't make them substitutes for my natural parents. Nor does it even mean they were kind to me because actually they were not. So, but it's better than being on the street. And just being going for, and at least they gave me a good name. My name was James Rex Wiseman Jr. I got that name from my dad.
It is a good name.
Believe me, I earned it, but nonetheless, it is a good name. And actually, tell you what, there's good in my dad. You can't be a Navy SEAL and Illuminati if you're just a piece of dirt. You can't do it. He had character.
Yes.
He stood for what he believed in. He meant what he said, and he passed that on to me one way or the other. Either I got it either I actually naturally had it, or he gave it to me. Either way, I have that too.
Yes.
I have that too, and he gave me respect of authority figures, and respect of my elders. I never went around. I'm the kid. You didn't do that around this guy. You were the kid, but not in a good way. You did what the dad said. Yeah,
Well,
okay, enough. Let you go. Thank you so much for joining.
Thank you, Jimmy.
Obviously,
Thank you,
we have
Margarita.
synergy, or I could talk to you all day, and I didn't even get the chance to answer your question about war for me. But it's all right. My dad was hurt, and I had to, and that was he would talk about a firefight like it was dinner conversation. He'd just say that.
Really, just so normal.
Yeah, when you're in a firefight and something, my mind would just turn off everything he said after that. I didn't want to hear it. But he would just talk about it like he's brushing his teeth. Yeah, when you're in a firefight, well, I don't know. Anyway, love you. Have a great rest of your day.
I love you, man. Thank you, Margarita. Thank you, Jimmy. I hope you have a great time, and I will see you next time.
Yeah, thank you so much, dude. Have a great rest of your day.
Au revoir. Au revoir.
Au revoir. I'm learning French someday.
Good, I can tell.
You can tell. How did I know memoir then? How did I know that if I didn't know? I know my stuff. Dude, I want to learn this stuff. But have a good day.
Yeah, I just want to. We have.
What happened?
Well, no. My thing is that we have people that want to
And we get
take your focus off of the music,
and they're
and
doing
then
that.
you become the focus.
And they're doing
our
that.
song. We just
All right.
spent oodles of
hours
hours doing.
on.
And
Doesn't- it gets
remember,
important.
it's our kid right now.
Yeah. Okay. Sorry, man.
We got to focus on
All
that.
right.
And then
Sorry about that. Man.
when you get
Whatever.
everyone to focus on that shit, then what ends up happening
I'm
is
sorry.
then all the
Oh,
chat
yes,
is filled
sorry,
up is
sorry,
about
sorry.
Amy or someone
Okay, I'm
else.
sorry, dude.
Yeah.
Sorry.
That's
Let's
where
talk-
it eventually.
let's
It's just like flush. It becomes a big toilet.
Okay, I'm sorry. I didn't. Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
Let's go back to the song, guys. Let me talk about war. Okay. All right. Here I go. Click. Now, war is an interesting song, and I'm going to talk about what both me and the moderator did with it. I'm anti-war. In fact, I'm about as anti-war as a person could be. And yet I claim in the song, in the words verbatim in the song, they literally say things that I like war, but it's all tongue-in-cheek sarcasm. Sometimes to make a point, you take the opposite side and show how ridiculous it is. And that was my approach. I don't like war, but yet in the song I'm saying things that sound pro-war, but they're actually to make a spoof of it and show that I don't like war. And the moderator brilliantly brought in some quotes by Winston Churchill, who apparently did love war, and there's a connection possible between my adoptive grandpa and Winston Churchill might have had connections, but I'm not going to go there right now. That he did approve of war, and so Winston Churchill is quoted in the song like a duel to me, Winston Churchill versus the shirtless guy, and it goes back and forth, and Matt did that. The matter did that great because it showed the contrast between a person that endorses war and a person that doesn't. And the song is even beyond music. It makes a statement about peace and how we all get along as earthlings, not just as my country versus your country, but we all live on Earth and we're all human. Sorry, and I do not approve of humans killing other humans for political reasons. And so the song kind of makes that point. And as far as the sound and the actual music of the song, the moderator did a phenomenal job producing it and tweaking things. I mean, he spent at one point I heard he had spent 45 hours on the song, and he spent more time since then, so I don't know what the current count is, but it's a lot of time he spent, and not just time randomly spent, but time working with an educated mind that he knows what he's doing. It wasn't just rambling and just...
Well, actually, it
Tell
was
me.
a lot of education, though. Like, I learned a
Yeah.
lot. Every project we do, like,
Yeah.
I learned something.
Yeah.
So the first tracks we did were kind of simple. This
Yeah.
one ended up kind of growing, like, out of control, because
Yeah.
I had ideas for your voice. I work with sidechain compression. I work with a lot of routing algorithms in there. I mean, there's a lot of shit going on, but in the end, it's polished.
It's polished.
I'm there, and
Yeah.
in future stuff should go a lot quicker. I mean, it was
Yeah.
45 hours, but honestly, it probably should only taken about 20 hours.
Yeah.
But it's more than that. It's like I was trying to talk before. It's about where you have to collaborate. You know, one of the things we talk about is especially on the Dusty Balls channel, you have this metal dad guy who just, he's another acolyte of the Church of Dusty Balls, right? And
Yeah.
he probably, in a very simplistic view, he thinks, you know, you have to play guitar a certain way, not realizing maybe the history of guitar, where it originally, the first distortion that was on guitar, or one of the first distortions, was actually the flamenco guitar. The flamenco guitar is a guitar that the action was lowered, so the strings actually created buzz, a sloppy buzz. And it was that rapping sloppy buzz that everyone danced to, right? But you may call it a mistake. So that doesn't go under his standard of Dusty Balls music, right? Like, there's a certain incantations that I guess need to be said if you're to come under grace and glory. You know what I have to say about it? It's kind of like the Pink Floyd songs, you know, when they go in and the teacher's going to the wall going, "Eat your pudding. You gotta eat your pudding."
You can't eat your pudding unless you eat your
So
meat.
what's so funny is we read that, you know, in the wall. When you're younger, you look at that and go, yeah, teachers are literally like strangling the creativity out of kids. And that's literally what Metal Dad and Dusty Ash douche canoes like him and Pudge Whacker, whatever his name, Pudge Knobgobbler. That's our nickname for him.
How can you have a
They're
pudding
literally
if you don't
doing
eat your
that.
meat?
And what's so sad about that is they actually strangle themselves. And because they're strangling themselves,
They want everyone else to be well-
they
they
see
want-
us doing something a little different, and they're like, "No, you can't do that.
Yeah, they
you
want
got to eat your pudding.
Misery
You gotta
loves,
eat your pudding."
misery loves company, and they're miserable, and they want us for
Yeah,
company.
so
we're not doing
they've
it.
now become the establishment where you're supposed to do things a certain way.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, fuck you. You know what?
Yeah.
Your ear will tell you. I don't care if it's clipping the DAW, whatever. Like the bass. Okay, the bass line in this song actually was clipping a little bit. So what I had to do is I had to focus it down to get rid of some of the clipping. And when I did that, it came very reverby. Now that's a mistake
Yeah.
on my part.
But it works.
But because I had that constraint that I was working with, it actually turned out it was a happy mistake, as Bob Ross would say, right? It became a happy mistake, and that won't happen if you don't allow that. If you think you're going to create something new by listening to all of your Dusty Balls incantations from 1970s, I have news for you. You're screwed, man. You're screwed. Do your little Dusty Balls covers.
Yeah.
Go tell everyone how you've been doing Dusty Balls covers at the local bar for years or what have you. But don't sit back and call yourself some sort of an artist.
Well, can I bring an analogy of that in history?
Yeah.
Also in musical history.
Yeah.
This is all, so far we've talked about that kind of thing within the context of rock and roll, and I want to say it also exists in classical music, and then I want to say my opinion of that because I haven't done either of those yet. First of all, before I mention my opinion of what Matt is saying, Matt Reader is saying, we all reverently listen to classical music today. We all reverently, because it's all history to us. We go, oh, isn't that great? And we sit and we're really calm. If you go to a classical music concert, it's all calmness and people sitting there and respect. But in the day of the classical musicians, Mozart, Beethoven, Bach, that was their rock music. When you went to see Bach play, you'd have 15,000 screaming people to see Bach play his piano. It was the rock music of the day, we've lost that in time and history because now we just sit there and listen tranquilly. But the idea, the principle of it is what we do. I want people to get up on their feet and listen, whether it's classical or rock. And if you tell me that I'm supposed to go back and do what the 70s people did just to be correct, I tell you I'm getting the concept right, which is getting to dance 15,000 of them in front of me. That's the concept of it. And that what worked in the 70s doesn't necessarily work now, and what worked then doesn't, like I said.
Well, the sad fact is what they're doing to you and doing to each other is actually holding everyone back.
Yeah.
Because as a music culture, we're literally limiting ourselves.
Yeah.
Instead of saying, "Oh, that fucking sounds cool," or "Hey, you know."
Yeah. You're not just trying to cut my balls off. You're trying to cut all men's balls off.
Yeah, and the other guy, like I had a hater come on there. Obviously, like what's his name? Rick Beato said. He said, you know, when I get negative comments, they're really telling me more about themselves than what you are, right?
Yeah.
They're very negative. They've been beat up. They've been bullied, like Pudge Knob Gobbler and Metal Dad. They've all been beaten when they were younger or what have you.
Well, so have I, but I took
I know,
it the right way.
But they haven't gotten over it yet. What they're doing is they're trying to take those beatings on.
I got a funny thing here. Pudge Knob Gobbler and Metal Dad. If you think, and maybe you did, but just as a contest, just as a checking point, we've got to verify this with multi-factor verification. You want to think you were beaten? How about take a time machine and go back and get beaten by my dad, and then tell me if you think you felt beaten before that. Otherwise, screw you. Anyway, enough of that.
But anyways, you know, so the bottom
That
line
made me feel good for some reason.
So you have these gatekeepers in music that want to gatekeep, saying, "Hey, this is a proper sound. This is a proper tone." You know what? Screw all them.
Yeah.
Don't eat their pudding. You don't have to listen to them. Okay.
Yeah.
Break down the wall. Okay.
Yeah.
Listen to Pink Floyd. Listen to your old
Listen to
the
the concept of the wall, not its literal manifestations on the record that we all must copy from then on.
Because here's the thing: is even we can look back upon the music
we
we
love
did,
it.
like
I
Wild,
love the music.
but we did Wild. Okay, look back. Okay, amateurish effort even before that, right? But there's slow progress.
Yeah.
But here's the thing: is you don't push that baby out, and you don't get if you don't complete things. If you're just a noodler, and you just noodle, and that's all you do. All you're going to get good at is noodling.
Yeah.
At some point, put shit out.
Yeah.
Put shit out, and when you put shit out, then you get done. You get good at finishing.
Yeah.
And that's essentially what we're going to do.
And not only am I really good at noodling, I think, and we're pushing things out, but Pudge Knob Gobbler is a hack at noodling, and he hasn't put anything out, so I beat him on 2 factors.
Yeah, but it's not so much.
So
Like
it's not
so much about competition.
Okay,
I don't want to concentrate on haters.
Sorry, whatever.
Because it doesn't make sense. Actually, they think they're more popular than they are. It doesn't make sense to like, and it's too easy to focus on these.
Whatever.
These
I just said I said my thought at the time.
Yeah, but the bottom line is we can inspire people. Now, how do we? You know, I've talked to you about this. How do you overcome all the haters? Well, tonight it starts tonight. Because when you hear War, you're going to go, and I can truly say it.
Yeah.
It's a good song. It's a good song. It's polished. You guys are going to fucking love it. Right? Period.
And he doesn't have to say that, and I agree with him. So
we've already run it by like several people that they're pretty good critics, and they're like, hey,
and had no dog in the race, so they had no reason to pull punches with us.
They're like, yeah, that's pretty good. So
yeah.
Here's the deal: is that how do you overcome people in your life that are haters? You know, the best revenge is living well, right?
Yep.
Well, the best revenge in music is just putting out product. We're going to put out product. Jimmy's big balls are going to be dropping, big heavy balls are going to be dropping right down on Pudge Knob Gobbler's.
I was trying not to laugh. If it was funny.
But,
sorry, man. I was trying not to laugh through that.
The balls are just it's like that one movie CB4 with Chris Rock. You know, at the end where those big purple balls. You shall not swing.
I don't know it, but he was funny as heck.
You shall not sing. Sweat on my balls. You shall not do that.
I had to
laugh. They come
out
and they're like, sweat on my balls. Well, that's basically what's going to happen. But it's going to be literally just raining once a month, raining just product. Just straight.
Can I talk
straight
about
video after video after music after music?
Yeah.
We're just going to bury people in product. They're just going to be buried in it, and eventually you just go. They're just going to have to give up and go. God, I gotta I guess I got to go to work or something.
Yeah, I guess I gotta let my fingers off this keypad that I'm so bravely typing shit into. LOL.
Isn't Floyd a Dusty Balls band? I would say, the only thing that makes things Dusty Balls to me is when
going
people,
back in history and saying you have to repeat.
When people play it over and over and over. It's like anything else. If I had a song and I thought it was really good, and then I just went on a megaphone and said, hey, listen to this, listen to this, listen to this, listen to this, 24/7.
And finally I'd be conditioned to say, screw you.
Yeah,
and it wouldn't feel good anymore. It wouldn't sound right.
That's a problem with Floyd. There's a lot of bands that put out a lot of good music, but just like trees that grow in the forest, there's a certain tree that eventually blocks out all the light for the little lower trees to get up, right? Mm-hmm. And eventually the trees become unhealthy, and a forest fire needs to come through and rape all the trees, cut them all down, and then all the newer stuff
like the song "The Trees" by Rush. There is trouble in the forest. There is trouble. Oh, I won't go on.
So the big problem with Floyd, I love Floyd, right?
Yeah.
But enough is enough. You don't. People don't have to ram it down your fucking throat and then go, "Oh, well, you gotta sound like this."
And on top of that, Pink Floyd weren't trying to sound like anybody, and neither am I. I get the concept right. Well, because I don't follow Floyd, but Floyd didn't follow Little Richard. But they did what they felt and what they meant and did their art, and now it's great. Well, I'm doing the same thing that they did with the same spirit by not following Pink Floyd. You get that, or are you too stupid? If you're not too stupid, you get it, and then you get what I'm saying. I'm not following anybody just like Floyd didn't. That's what made Floyd great. There you have it. That's what I'm doing now too.
Oh, then another tool that we use is now you think about it, artificial intelligence. Let's have a talk on this.
Go ahead.
Artificial intelligence. Not only is it doing video now, it's doing all sorts of things, right?
It's writing papers. It's writing people English papers.
Here's the thing: is machines have been able to do music for years, and people hate machines. Why do they hate machines? Because they're too perfect.
They're too perfect.
But tell me this:
yeah.
Why do we demand humans to be perfect
when we don't like that machines are perfect?
Like the machines? Isn't that weird? Isn't that kind of neurotic?
Can't humans be imperfect if imperfection?
So again, going to the incantations of the Dusty Balls crowd. Oh, you didn't do this right. You didn't.
Get a computer. First of all, then let me do my thing that's imperfect, and let people that have a heart love it. And go to your computer and get your computer to do it perfectly for you, so you can love it. And it's me against AI.
And another thing is, who's to say that isn't a counterpoint music? Counterpoint music is where you can go a little off key. You can make things sound a little muddy, and out of that muddiness,
can I reveal the drum trick?
Then you can
I reveal the drum trick?
Yeah.
Well, an example of that in hard cold reality is that we don't have a drummer. So the Matter had a drum machine make our music, but guess what he did to make it sound better? Is he made it imperfect. He tweaked it here and there to make it sound like a human was doing it. It actually makes it sound better. And there was a great quote that was said. Someone said that human music is greater than computer music because of the tiny human mistakes. Okay? The tiny, not big ones, not like I just gave up and I blew the whole thing, but the tiny imperfections that are musical, human mistakes make human music greater. Maybe not better, but greater than computer music.
Yeah, it's the push and pull of people. Is you establish a timing signature, which I think is important, right? Because it's a push and pull from the timing that creates the emotion. There's a natural swing in imperfection to certain beats that humanize it.
Can I comment on that quickly?
Go ahead.
I'm going to comment on that before it gets lost downstream. The term, if you didn't know this, that's fine. If you do know this, that's fine. You don't have to listen. But if you don't, the word swing actually it refers to an imperfection of the duration of the beats in the music. It literally is an imperfection. May I explain, please? Okay, if you're in 4/4 time and you have eighth notes, it's 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. That's called straight eighths. Swung eighths is when you take the first note of the eighth, the first note of the 2 eighth notes and make it longer than the second one on purpose. Wait. So swing itself is an imperfection that is really hard for a computer to touch on or define because the computers don't know what to do with imperfection. But yet swing is an intentional, literal, rhythmic imperfection that sounds good. Dun, 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 dun. Otherwise it'd be dun, 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 dun. It's different. Well, how does a computer know how to do that? But Eddie Van Halen does. And he's greater than a computer because he can do that. Screw you guys.
Yeah, it's yeah, and with the
Sorry,
drum, yeah,
I got
that's all right. But yeah, with the drum track, I was able to. Okay, so how do we use AI in our favor? So what we've done is I take a drum track, I separate it through Moises AI, so I can separate the hi-hat from the kick from the what is it,
snare.
Okay, right, and then I can shape I can shape each individual track, and then I feed it into its own drum compression bus. And
what's that stand for? The U.S. It's not a bus that drives down the street.
Yeah, well, it's similar. You put everything in the bus.
What's it stand for? It's an acronym for U.S.
Well,
I'm just trying to educate them to that.
Yeah, well, they used it in IT too,
Okay,
where you have
okay.
a bus is essentially like you in a computer. You have bus from memory to CPU on over, right? It's just a
Central
way.
processing unit.
Yeah, it's a way to
CPU.
traffic things to and fro, right?
Okay.
So when you have a bus, like a compression bus, you send everything to this one track, and this track acts as a bus. And therefore, you don't have to add a compression to each track. And it gives it more of a cohesive feel. So if you add a track, put a compression in it, and you route everything to what we call that track, we call it a bus.
Uh-huh.
You route it to there, then you can compress them all the same. And when you compress things,
can I give an example?
Yeah.
If I have 50 marbles and I want to paint them all, but it'd be hard to paint each one, why not put them all in a group and paint them all on top real fast and they're all equally painted? Instead of one at a time and they might get painted differently. Is that a good analogy?
Oh, we Pudge Knobgobblers on over here.
Oh, really? The great one. How do you want me to do you obeisance? Would you like a bow or a ring kiss? Please elaborate.
Anyways, so anyways, we were able to get the drums sounding supernatural, and that's great. You know, another thing about drums, so you have these acolytes of the Dusty Balls, such as Pudge Knobgobbler, right? You need to say the incantations in the proper way to be blessed into the Holy Temple, right? Well, I'll give you an example. Wall of Voodoo. You guys remember Wall of Voodoo, Call the Last, Dark Continent, all that good stuff, right? They had a name for their band member, and this is back in the 80s.
It was the drum machine.
One of their band members was the drum machine.
And
And they put out tons of great music, and they had a drum machine in their band.
Yeah.
All a drum machine is, and it could be a metronome, it's just a sense of timing.
Yeah.
God, it's getting rainy here.
Oh, very bad.
When you have a sense of timing and you establish it, everything can play off of it. Then you bring in your analogous material. It can push and pull from it. It can make it sound. You can bring the emotion into it.
Yeah, yeah.
But you need that timing signature.
Yeah.
And here, our timing signature. Remember, our timing signature in this is what?
No, I have to correct you. I have to correct him.
Yeah, go ahead.
Just for the audience sake, when he says timing signature, he means tempo and time signature combined. But he means it in a tempo sense. That's not correct, actually. If you say 132 beats per minute, that's the tempo, not the time signature. The time signature is the number of beats per measure on top of the number, the kind of beat, the kind of note that gets each one beat. But he's referring to time signature as a tempo that is regular, so don't be confused. He means regular tempo. 1, 2, 3, 4, as opposed to 1, 2.
And this is the thing about Jimmy, you guys. He's a little bit on the ASCII spectrum, I should say a bit. And one thing about that is he takes words literally. So,
but
yeah.
But that can
Yeah.
I fit?
Yeah,
but
yeah.
that makes me sometimes good at them.
Yeah. But he's very, like, when it comes to lyrics, he has like a shit ton of lyrics going on right now. I mean, he has like 8 songs written, and they're all really, really good. And it's the same with the way with the guitar playing. the guitar playing is really just a form of that, where he has a routine, right? One of his routines is the noodle. So all you guys catch is his noodling. That's literally all you catch.
By noodling, he means shredding for 15 seconds on YouTube.
Yeah. That's literally what he does. It's like an exercise thing.
It's like you get up and do a few sit-ups. Well, I do a few shorts.
Okay, so back to this war, this album.
Okay.
You're gonna hear him in the loading first part section of this. You're gonna hear 3 guitar parts, and there are 3 separate takes, and you'll hear him, these guitars putting out a spooky kind of, what would you call it?
Thunder, ominous, foreboding.
Yeah, almost like a siren, like a
premonition of evil.
Yeah. You're going to hear it. Now, I pan these left and right in center. It wiggles a little bit in the center, and it pans greatly over here. So you're going to hear that moving all around. So if you guys do hear the song, I do suggest headphones. Just don't listen to it on your phone or Alexa or what have you.
Can I testament to that?
Yeah.
I listened to it on the phone the first time I ever heard it, and I didn't get it because it was my phone is just one little stupid speaker, and I thought, where's my guitar solo? but having listened to it not only further but more accurately on a stereo system, I get it. The song actually works. The song's actually great. And then, what's more important, a great song or my solo? Well, the great song is. So I'm on board. I love it. It's a great song. Due to everybody's effort.
I would say that the other thing, then, it goes into a part where you have a melodic, very flangey guitar that kind of comes in.
Yeah.
Then there's a driving guitar part.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Then we have a solo part that he does, which I think is amazing. The song's at 57 beats per minute. And the solo parts, or the high-speed parts, are double that. They're at 228, right? No, 128?
No, it'd be 128. Yeah,
114. No, we had it 114.
128 is twice 57. Or 114 is actually correct.
Yeah. So we had the high-speed ones, I think, are at I think they're at 228.
That would be
because they're super fast.
That's 4 times 57,
yeah, 4
not
times,
twice.
Yeah, 4.
Quadruple, not double.
But anyways, they ended up those parts. You can hear his
57. It's 57, 114, and 228.
Yeah.
Double, and then quadruple.
Yeah, I think we're mainly at 57, and then we go we like triple it. No, triple it. We'll quadruple it.
There you go.
But anyways, bottom line is there's machine guns to the right. There's a beat to the left. There's the bass is 8 degrees separate, off center.
Left or right.
And then your vocals are off 8 degrees to the other side.
Okay.
So there's stereo separation.
Yeah.
So a lot of stereo separation, a lot of surround sound type stuff, and that's half the reason why I have 40 tracks.
Yeah.
Half the reason is because of FX.
Everything, to get the soundscape, I made a good comment to the moderator about what I felt the song was when I finally heard it at least on headphones. I said, it sounds like being in a surround sound movie theater. And he said, like it. That's what it really does. If you hear the whole thing, it's like you're in theater, and not. It's almost like you're experiencing what the song is about, rather than just hearing it on your phone and hearing. You almost feel like you're getting the experience of what the song is about, not just listening to it on the phone. So it's a really cool song.
So I have a new nickname for one of your haters.
What's that?
Her name is Jenna J, and she just hates you, right?
Hates me.
Yeah, supposedly it's a chick. You never know.
Yeah, it could be.
99. By the way, 99%, probably 95% or more people on your channel are all male.
Okay.
And they're usually above 40. Okay.
Fair enough,
So whether this is a chick, probably
whatever.
not. But anyways, I have a nickname.
What?
You know, Trump comes up with nicknames.
Yeah, he does. He's good at it too.
It's her new nickname. So we have Pudge Knob Gobbler, right?
Yeah, and that's it. Yeah.
Yeah. And then we've got
Dusty Balls.
Metal Dad is
Dusty Balls.
Is Metal Douche.
Okay, fair enough.
Okay,
Okay.
and then we have Jenna's Jenna Jelly Beans.
Cool. There's actually a porn star named Jenna Jameson, so and I actually like her, so it's dangerously close to something I actually like. So, but other than that, it's a cool name. And now someone's gonna say, "How do you know Jenna Jameson?" Well, I don't know. She's cool.
And there was another suggestion here. Listen
Yeah.
to Black Boy at 2x speed.
It's Black Boy Blues, by the way. It's not just Black Boy.
Blues. Yeah, whatever. Okay.
Oh, yeah, whatever.
Okay. 2x speed makes it legendary. So he says speed it up, and it makes it sound really, really good.
Yeah. Well,
Maybe we remix it.
Why don't
really
somebody?
mix it.
Why don't I have someone else comment? Do it at half speed, and we'll compromise and leave it like it is. Well, hey, you know,
Yeah,
I've asked
but
me.
anyway,
I have asked me. I
yeah.
might as well use it.
Yeah. Let's circle back around.
Okay,
to
go
war
ahead.
again.
Go ahead.
So the high speed portions have a lot going on. I love how your guitar sounds like a fucking violent machine gun.
Yeah. And I did that. I did that in a session that was literally deliberately done just that stuff for that.
Yeah. There was probably, you did, what, 8 loops that I was able to choose from? It was like 8
tracks,
different
not
takes.
tracks.
Oh, yeah.
Or
8
whatever.
tracks. We busted out with tapes. I should say tapes.
Okay, there you go. It's like 8
Yeah,
of them.
8
Yeah,
takes,
8 of
and I
them.
was able to pick out the best of those 8 takes and cobble it together. But
Yeah.
that's another section of it. And the bass, I think, is pretty amazing. Don't
Bass
you
is
think?
great. Well, let me talk about the bass for a second. And we don't have time to talk about everything, but we're speeding along here. But let me give the bass some credit here. First of all, the Mad Raider was not even initially a bass player. He's dabbles on guitar, but we needed a bass player, and I don't like to tell people what to do, especially when it's musical. I mean, I don't tell people what to create. Come on, dude. So I left it up to him, and he's knocked it out of the park every time. He knocked it out of the park with Wild. He knocked it out of the park with Black Boy Blues. He knocked it out of the park with War. So now our new song after that is Kissing Death, and I don't even tell him any advice. I don't go, well, I'm the musician. I don't do that. Do your thing, Matt. And he just does an amazing part with it every single time. And every time it's something different, which is challenging itself, and also many times it is challenging in itself, which makes it doubly challenging. The new song Kissing Death is all over the place harmonically. It's for the solo, and I'm not going to tell him a lick of advice. Just do your thing, Matt, and he'll do it.
Well, here's the other thing. I don't think people realize it. And like I said, when you have gatekeepers like Knob Gobbler, like Metal Douche Canoe, right?
And Jenna Jelly Beans.
Yeah, Jelly Beans.
Jelly Beans. I almost
the
said,
problem with these people, they're really toxic, and if you know, my thing is, you know, if they're coming out with Jimmy, who is kind of a, you know, honestly, he's in cults, in our society, he's kind of more of a protected class. I mean, if you talk about DEI, whether you like it or not, and
Stands for
diversity, equity, and inclusion, right?
Yeah.
Neurodivergent people definitely fall within that range. So my point to people, if you see these gatekeepers and you are a fan of Jimmy, and or maybe you have a family member that also suffers from kind of like the same type of thing, you know, we would appreciate your help in policing these type of people and their hate, you know?
Yeah.
Because we don't...
Can I comment?
Well, hold on. There's no reason for people to hate. You know, we had people calling all the time. Like I said, it says more about them than us. But I get it. If you don't like certain music, the proper way to say it, instead of saying, oh, well, it sounds like shit, let's rephrase that.
Yeah.
Hey, you know, good try, but it's just not my cup of tea.
Yeah.
You know, I don't care for it.
Yeah.
You know, that's the human thing to say.
Well, can I elaborate on that yet?
Yeah.
Can I elaborate on that? Well, actually, our main hater right now is Pudge Knob Gobbler, and whether he meant to say it or not, I remember he said it because I've got a near photographic memory, and the matter is said that Pudge Knob Gobbler actually said one good thing about me in his career, LOL, is that on the premiere of was it Black Boy Blues? It was one of maybe it was Wild, I think. It was the premiere of Wild, and this very mediocre rapper comes on the stream and is doing all this stuff that I could really just think is bad. But I'm shirtless guy. How do you think I reacted to that? Did I go, you fucking suck, dude? Come on, clean your act up. I didn't do that. In fact, I said, no, you're all right. Just practice. You'll be good. And even Pudge himself commented to the manager later that he liked that about Jimmy. That Jimmy didn't just run him over the bus, but yet Pudge Knopfler thinks it's okay for him to do that to me? Well, that's called having a double standard, and having that is called being a hypocrite. Do you want a hater, double standard, hypocrite to tell you what to do and think?
Yeah.
Not me. Go on.
Yeah, so anyways, the thing is that if anything, like the more product we put out, hopefully you guys that are watching, like if you've been dabbling in music or whatever, come over, become a prophet of tomorrow. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, send some of your music to us.
It's prophets of tomorrow, not profit of you. It's a group of people that conspire, but in a good way, to bring back the spirit and vibe of rock and roll into this world and heal people with love. Yeah. Yeah.
And so if we, the only way to get past this is and I've told, everyone that I deal with in the music sense is that we have to put out product.
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, if you're noodling like Knob Gobbler and Metal Dad, okay, or Metal Douche Canoe, if you're just noodling like those guys, you're never going to get anywhere because they're just going to gatekeep you. They're just going to tell
about the one-man theory too.
Oh, what's that?
Well, Moderator also comments that the gatekeepers, the people that are jealous of me and whatever, make two mistakes. I think one of them he said was that. One of them was that. Well, one of the main mistakes was they think that it's all about the artist doing it all by himself, and no, that's not true.
Yeah,
I'm shirtless guy, but it's the moderator and all the people around me that make it.
Yeah,
into
so
a
there's
product.
this. Yeah, let me expand upon that. There's
a
myth. There's a total myth that you've been sold. It's just like Segovia with the classical guitar. The guitar was never classical. Segovia created the myth that the guitar was an orchestral instrument. It never was. It never was, ever. It was always a street instrument, okay? Never was included in an orchestra. But he ended up creating that myth. There's a myth in rock and roll. And the myth is that somehow these four guys, no matter who it was, the Beatles, whatever, got together,
Pink
and
Floyd.
somehow out of their magic, all this
Beatles.
came. And what you don't understand is there is a producer behind every artist. Every artist. When the Beatles lost their producer, it was over. Okay? Lorde, their latest one was Lorde, right? The singer Lorde. Her debut album was beautiful, right? Well, she fired her producer. Have you heard of her since? No. Okay? Yeah. There is a marriage between kind of an artist and a producer.
Yeah.
So if you are someone that is, and the thing about being a producer is you have to be able to get along with artists. Not be egotistical, not be a gatekeeper. A producer is the opposite of a gatekeeper. Yeah. If you run into a gatekeeper that is negative towards you or ignore those people. They're poison. They're absolute toxic poison to your creativity and career. Put stuff out. And surround yourself with people that encourage you.
Can I comment on that?
Yeah, go ahead.
The rain's getting heavy, so that's why we're talking about it. I want to comment on the matter of that for me. Quickly though, because we want to get through all this. The moderator recognized from the get-go that I have the stripes of a tiger that can't be changed, and one of those stripes is I like to shred on guitar, so he went with it. He didn't say, no, you got to slow down, or no, you got to stop. He just said, no, we'll go with it. And from that decision, everything else came. Because I don't just shred. I sing, I write songs, and the moderator does this thing and makes it into a product. It's cool and maybe even magic. But it didn't start with him gatekeeping me and saying, well, don't play fast or don't play solos. It started with him It started with him saying, well, that's part of your tiger stripes. I can't change them. I don't even try. That got me on board, which made me creative and do all this stuff. And then the manager did his thing and produced it, and together. And also we're friends, which is rare in my case to even have a male friend, but it's there. And he works with me and understands me, or tries to, musically and personality-wise or whatever. and it's the combination and collaboration that makes the product that makes Prophets of Tomorrow with Shirtless Guy be a thing. And I know, we both of us know that it takes both of us. It's not like I don't get this attitude either. Well, I'm the king. No, I don't do that, because I do my thing and he does his, and it takes both of us to make Prophets of Tomorrow. So there's that. And anybody that and it's you know, I'm just Jimmy, and it takes two of us to make Jimmy into a product, and it's just as much his doing as mine. Case in point, in history, they asked Eddie Van Halen in the early 80s, don't you make more than all the other guys in Van Halen? Dude, you're the star. You know what Eddie said? He said, we all get an equal cut. Quarter, 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 quarter. And Eddie Van Halen said that. Even Michael Anthony, Alex Van Halen, David Lee Roth, Eddie Van Halen all took a quarter of Van Halen's money. And guess what happened? They didn't break up. They were friends. They made great killer music, and Eddie wasn't about money or attitude like that. He was about the music, and so am I. And if someone wants to write me out a contract, I would sign it right now. You want to prove it, do it. That Matt and I get 50-50. I would do that, and I probably will. And if I don't, then I would have. If I did get a chance, first of all, it's not about money. Like
no,
that.
it's not about money. I mean,
No, I know.
It's great about you though. Is I'm going to get like. Jimmy's on a fixed income, right? Even though he owns a house, he's not. But his resources are limited. You know.
Yeah. Me,
on the other hand, like I work for a large tech company. I actually own an IT company at the same time. Like money. What I'm saying is, money's not an issue for me. And I kind of laugh at the haters, because I guess the haters think this Jenna Jellybean.
That he's hopping on my train to make a few bucks.
They think that they can pick on me a little bit, and I'm blind to kind of what they're doing. Like people make those wrong assumptions. Yeah. I've got to watch out. I'm quite intellect and silver tongue in that regard. Yeah. And I don't want to. I'll come up with nicknames for them that will stick, and they'll hate it. Yeah. But I don't want to push them too hard, because these people are obviously they've been ass raped when they're younger or something along those lines. Yeah. Where they have daddy complex. They're adult victims. Yeah. So they start coming after me. I also don't want to be too much of a bully on their end, right? But then again, the behavior is inappropriate. Right? Yeah, it's walking into balance. Right? And you do have to kind of defend at some point. You don't want to focus all on people like that. Well, it'd be like if you met Hitler, okay? You would. He was evil in history, but you wouldn't just go up to Hitler and kill him. He's a person too. So how do you draw that line? It's like that. Anyway. Yeah. So even Hitler had good points about him. He was a good family man. He was he was good at what he did, or he wouldn't have been the great Adolf Hitler. He had good in him. Well, yeah, there's certain Germans that well, those are extraordinary times. Obviously the German Deutschmark was worth nothing. If you want to see what caused World War II, it was World War I, because of the reparations. They made unrealistic reparations on the German people, and then everyone was pissed off. Yeah, everyone was behind that guy. Yeah, you can't totally demonize something that was a necessary evil. Sorry. And yeah, he did awful things, and obviously there's a big and in no way was he a good guy. I can't comment on that. Everyone's a part. And who do we have in our video? We don't have Hitler. We have Churchill. Yeah, Winston Churchill. And he was a good guy in history. We write the history, so we wrote him as a good guy. If you want to look at war is a duet between Jimmy and Winston Churchill. Which, can I comment on that? Yeah. Well, I'm going to get some coffee. Okay, I'll comment twice on that. Twice. First on the Hitler thing. Thanks for talking, Matt. On the Hitler thing, a year ago I went to a seminar by Frank Turek called "I Don't Have Enough Faith to Be an Atheist," and he literally, not figuratively and not almost, he literally used the fact that we all supposedly think Hitler was evil to prove that evil existed or exists. Therefore, that proves that good exists.
which means there is morality, and since there's morality, there has to be a morality dictator or creator or leader of. So therefore, there has to be a God. Okay, get that? But yet, the whole thing falls apart if you say that Hitler wasn't evil. And what God or book says without any possibility of error that Hitler was evil? But yet, if we say Hitler is good, we're considered anti-social or anti-patriotic, and they get us for conspiracy or treason. But really, that doesn't prove that Hitler was evil either. It just proves that we're just too afraid to say that he was not, or may not have been, because we're too afraid of the consequences, which still doesn't prove that there's a God, because that falls apart when evil. If an argument is based on Hitler is evil, sorry, it doesn't work. Now the next thing was, someone said, he was also said, I forgot what I was saying now.
Hey, really, we have a bunch of
what do we have?
We have a bunch of haters joining now. The typical douche canoe crowd.
Yeah.
You guys, I threw the Discord out there. Why don't you guys come on? You'll do some battle with a moderator.
Yeah.
Get your punk asses on the Discord.
Well, yeah, really. Well, and what was the other subject I was going to talk about? I was talking about Hitler being evil, and I did that. And then what was the next topic? I'm having so much fun here that I'm just letting my mind go, and I'm not thinking too hard, and I can't remember what I was going to say after that. Hitler, evil, context, time. Let me think. Anyway, I think I might have been saying this. I might have wanted to say. I want to talk about Winston Churchill, the figure in history. There's a duet in the song between me and him, and I think it's appropriate or timely because in my adoptive family history may be tied, or at least connected to Winston Churchill, at least at some level. My adoptive dad was an Illuminati. He was the whole deal. My adoptive grandpa was Rex McCallum Wiseman, and I've shown on my YouTube channel documentation from Dr. John Coleman, who was former MI6 agent that went rogue and wrote a bunch of stuff that only him and somebody like him could know, called The Conspiratist Hierarchy of the Committee 300 by Dr. John Coleman. And in that book, the Committee 300 is basically 300 people that rule the world and are responsible to no one but each other. Period. Done. And in the book, Dr. John Coleman lists a list called past and present members and assigns of the Committee 300, and toward the very end of the list is a Sir William Wiseman. And I know that my adoptive dad was English, and Wiseman is English, and a Sir would be an English person. And I have a funny feeling that somehow my grandpa Rex McCallum Wiseman was either connected to or related to Sir William Wiseman. And on that level, my grandpa might have even connected. Sir William Wiseman was an English dude that was actually President Harry Truman's handler in World War II. So, if President Truman was the puppet, or the what do you call it? Whatever the Sir William Wiseman was behind that, and something tells me that there might have been. I don't know for sure, but my grandpa might have been a relation of Sir William Wiseman, who was possibly connected to Truman, and therefore possibly connected to Winston Churchill, who was World War II Prime Minister of England. So something tells me, I get a feeling when I hear Winston Churchill that I'm already battling with him already, and when I hear it, it's just bringing it out. It's not a new thing in my psyche. It's just like, oh, there's that guy again. Let's deal with him. And I don't know if it's connected to my grandpa, my adoptive grandpa being related, possibly having met him or whatever. But there's something there to that I think speaks to the appropriateness of me versus of Shirtless Guy versus Winston Churchill being a theme of the song War. I think it works. So maybe that's part of the dynamic of why I feel that way.
Yeah, but we're not going to, obviously.
I know, that's just a tangent, but I didn't have anything else to
We're
say.
not going to have time to do a full video, so all I'm going to do is
Yeah.
do a cover image, and people are just going to listen to the song. I think it's probably more appropriate anyway.
Just you want to just release it as a song, not even a video.
Yeah, it'll just be the image, and it'll just play.
Why
as the
do
song.
that, dude? Do that. We take. Can I talk about that for a second?
Yeah.
We tanked on the video of war for one reason. Is funny that AI does not allow people that use it to make child pornography images. So when we wanted a little girl in the video, it wouldn't let us do it because they were the creators of AI don't let AI do anything that could lead to child pornography, and so things he asked for in the video were not child pornography, but raised red flags in the AI master brain that wouldn't let him do what he wanted to do in the video, even though that wasn't child pornography. But to keep from ever putting child pornography, AI has a bunch of things it can't do.
AI has a lot of safeguard rails.
Safeguards, and we ran into those trying to make an image of a girl that even though it wasn't pornography. So we ran into that.
Basically, what I did with the artificial intelligence, it's interesting. I'll give you guys some artificial intelligence tip when creating images.
Yeah.
So to create this image, I basically, the whole image was just to have a little boy or girl like at a windowsill looking out and seeing like these tanks go by.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that was the original one. And so one of the things I find that's useful if you ever want to do image AI prompts, you have the AI help you with the description. So what I did with this...
So you don't describe something that AI is already against.
Well, what I did is I said, in the style of C.S. Lewis, and C.S. Lewis obviously put out novels like, or book series.
I think he
like
put out
Lion, the Witch, and the
Mere
Wardrobe.
Christianity.
Yeah, Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe. And I said, look, write this style in the style of C.S. Lewis. There's a kid with the mom in a house, and this kid is looking outside the window and looking at these large tanks roll by. And you have to sell keywords kind of in for the AI, like make it lots of mud and smoke and streaming sunlight. You kind of give a description. Anyways, and it wrote this whole paragraph via like a C.S. Lewis style, right? Yeah. It was really good. I should post it at some point.
Go ahead, whatever.
And anyways, after it creates it, then you go generate the image, 16 by 9 or 9 by 16, depending on the format you're in, and it will generate the image for you, right?
Yeah.
And that's kind of what we do. We use AI to like our benefit when we go to create things, you know.
Yeah.
So.
Anyway, you want to put out a file like we said, or do you want to just do it now? Or do you want to stick to our guns?
Yeah, we could do it.
You want to do it now? I think something tells me we've talked a lot, and what else can we do? Let's just maybe just premiere the song right now. What's stopping us? Because it's not 5 o'clock. I don't know.
Yeah. So to this one hater goes, Jimmy isn't a virtuoso. I tend to differ, dude. First of all, again, to the Asperger's thing, he has a routine where he gets up in the morning, he puts his PJs on, and he goes through these ripping guitar runs.
Yeah.
But in this piece of music, every part of the song, except for maybe 2 where there's just a bass line, he has a guitar part in there. Every single one is different. All the special effects, you'll hear guitar drifting special effects. That's Jimmy, okay? You'll hear the melody with the flanger, right? Very beautiful piece. That's Jimmy, okay? And the fast parts are Jimmy.
And so we recorded the whole recording process.
Again, rolling this back in.
Yeah.
Not if you are buying into the myth that somehow Led Zeppelin came out of a garage and weren't produced by a whole huge team of people like at Capitol Records, you're a nutbag. Okay? All of these bands were produced. They had producers. They were heavily produced. Back then, production was very expensive because they had tape machines. Studio time was expensive. They didn't want to waste their time. We don't have that limitation anymore. So my question to you is, why are you hating on Jimmy? Since Reaper, you can download Reaper for $60. Start putting out your own music, and let's start having music back. Why be so negative? Why be Jenna Jelly Bean on?
Rather than maybe just being a virtuoso at the keyboard of a computer behind which you so bravely hide and type, just go. Play music and we'll compare. And then see, if I'm not a virtuoso, well, prove me wrong by being a better
No,
one.
I'm telling you right now, as a producer, I love you because I can tell you to, hey, what about this? This is the idea. He already had ideas. Hey, can you make a machine gun sound? He'll do it. I guarantee you, 99% like Metal Douche Dad and Pudge Knob Gobbler, okay? I guarantee you, they sit in here, I put them on the spot, hey, could you do a machine gun sound? They'll sit there with their hands on their nuts. They won't know what to do. They'll be bereft. You'll look in their eyes and they'll just be blank. They'll have no ideas. I don't have that problem with Jimmy. You can literally say, hey, make a machine gun sound. Hey, make
you
this
want to test that right now,
horn.
just for fun?
Well, I mean,
no,
we'll
get the song.
Well, they're going to hear the song, and my whole point of the song is...
The song, he had that idea and told me to do it, I did it, and we had it. 8 takes.
Yeah. So, again, if you're a low bandwidth IQ person, which sounds like you are, very, very low bandwidth, your bandwidth's like this, you're from the Acolyte Church of Dusty Balls, this is music, this is your music right here.
Yeah.
Right?
Can I make a comparison?
Yeah, go ahead.
Prophets of Tomorrow is like the electromagnetic spectrum, and you're like the portion of that which can visibly be seen, LOL. Look it up. There's X-ray, gamma ray, microwave. There's so much radiation, we see almost nothing of the radiation that's actually all around us as visible light, and yet you guys are visible light. Prophets of Tomorrow is radiation. Figure it out.
Yeah, I have to upload the song, by the way, for those who want it.
Just do it.
Yeah.
I'm ready, dude. We're ready for the song. Thanks, guys. Love you guys. Peace, rock and roll.
Well, no.
Not yet.
Stay
Okay,
on, yeah.
okay. Sorry.
We'll stay live until it goes.
I'm just saying I'm ready. I'm not telling you anything.
I'll just have to prep it.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah.
You guys want me to jam with you guys a little bit? Want to play? Can I try playing again?
Well, what I would do is
whatever.
maybe we can do is try different styles, like show them your different styles. Want to plug into here?
Yeah, plug into there. Make different sounds and have me react to it and tell me things to do that we didn't plan, and see if they can think, see if they think that whatever. Well, I'm plugged in over here now, though, right? Can you know how to? Do you want
you're plugged in over there. Why don't we feed you into the pedal board?
Well, here's this. Why don't I just unplug this and put it in here? I'll plug and play there and go to there.
All right, we'll just play off of there for now. Let me upload the video. I'll just upload the video. Just play off of there. That's fine.
Okay, so I'll just play off of here for them.
Yeah.
But play the video. Upload the video. It's been claimed I'm tone deaf, and yet I've tuned guitars multiple times by ear on film. When you said make machine guns, that was pretty cool. Want to hear some of that?
Yeah.
Now, all that, maybe similar things to that, we did a bunch of takes of it. First of all, that's not just shredding, so I did that, and it's not shredding, so there's that. Also, therefore, if you could shred it, if you're a shredder, you still might not be able to do what I just did. And I did what I just did. It had nothing to do with shredding. So it implies that just because I can shred doesn't mean I can only shred. Shredding is just like shredding is important. It's just a warm up for my hands for the day, so that I feel like I'm still playing guitar on the level I want to be at. But that doesn't mean the rest of the day that's all I'm thinking of or capable of. End of story.
a rock beat on.
Yeah, put a rock beat on me.
Something slower, so go slower instead of faster.
Do whatever you want, man.
Yeah, let's try 57 like war.
Right, go ahead.
So do like more like a war type thing.
No, just play the tempo first.
I will. Hold on. I gotta output it here. Hold on.
I didn't do it perfectly, but I'm selfish when I play that because I want to hear it too, because it's Alan talking to me, and so I goof up on sometimes because I'm listening instead of playing, LOL. It's hard to play that and not be, listen to it, and then I get so into it I forget my next chord is. I love it that much. If I have to detach myself from the music, or I become part of the audience and I forget to play and I goof up. But in that case, I goof up because I'm listening so good. I become a listener and I forget to play. Listen again. Oh yeah. Matt?
No.
going to do eruption, but it's all right.
All right.
Ready to stop?
Yeah. Well, hold on a second.
What?
Let me-
Okay,
let me-
talk.
me check something here. Test. Hold on. All right.
E that he does it on.
Yeah.
Ready to stop? That was a fun jam though, but
Yeah. So I'm ready with the video.
okay, we're ready. Thanks, guys.
Yeah. So let me. I'm gonna upload it here.
Please do. Thank you, man. I want another cup too of coffee. You got it over there, or do I make it myself, or what do I do? Because I'm on another cup.
Yeah.
What do I do?
can
What do I do? Just get
well,
up.
I can heat it up.
It didn't have. Well, that'd be too hot. Just make. Yeah, okay. Stand up a little bit. Gosh, I'm sitting there for so fucking long in that chair. Stand up for a second here.
Okay. So.
Okay. Thank you, man. Oh, you're getting it heated. I see.
Let me go over here. No one wants to join us in Discord, huh? Fuck, man.
Oh, no one wants
we
to.
only had that French. We only had that
Dude.
French guy. All the rest are just gatekeeping trolls.
Yeah.
All right. So I'm just gonna go in here. All it is just the image.
Yeah,
we
very good.
have
I like
here.
it.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I got it.
It's probably better that way, anyways. 'Cause
Probably is.
Maybe what I do is introduce animation here,
Yeah.
and animation. I'm gonna have to go to the restroom here pretty soon.
I may have to too, but I'll let you go. You want me to go first?
No, I gotta edit this.
No, want me to go first to the restroom.
Yeah.
You want me to go? I'll be right back, okay? Thank you.
Yeah, if no one joins the Discord, it's kind of boring, man.
Oh, really?
Someone needs to join the Discord here.
Is it premiering now?
No, I'm editing it.
Oh, you're editing first? And I put this away, and I need to get my coffee heated when you can.
All right.
Get the video.
All right, I'm uploading the song for you guys, and should be up there. This time it's not gonna really have any animations. I didn't have any time for that. The majority of it spent on producing it. The music. It's probably better anyways, so people can just listen to the music and not focus on the images. All right, let me check the audio. Testing, testing, testing. Testing, testing. The audio should be on. Testing. Testing, testing. All right, let me check the audio. There we go. I think that works. Testing, testing, testing. Testing. Testing, testing. I think that works.
Okay, I think your turn if you want.
All right, so we're ready to upload. Should we just upload it and just let it
Just
let
let
it
it
go
play,
live?
dude. We talked all we can. And,
Yeah.
just upload the sucker.
We'll sit down. Let's do this.
All right, let's do it.
All right, my dudes. Here we go, my dudes. We're gonna upload this bitch. So we're ready to upload. Should we just upload it?
Just let it play, dude. We talked all we can. Is that upload it or is it uploading?
You know what I gotta do is I gotta actually go in and take a. I don't know why it does this, but it won't allow me to select that image. So I've got to go into the damn file, go edit the cover, and then take a snapshot of that, and then save it, or else it's not going to have the image.
Okay.
If that makes sense to you.
A little bit.
Yeah, there we go. Done. All right. There we go. Next. Boom. Kaboom. Select. Create a title. Yeah, I'm gonna make a simple thing here.
Yeah.
Right. I'm just gonna go and put this simple thing in there. Under description. You want me to add that thing at the end?
What thing?
The text?
Yeah, the quote?
Yeah.
Yes.
I've got it here.
Yeah, thank you.
Alright.
Thank you.
Why don't you talk to people so they don't get all like. Someone needs to join us in Discord, but everyone's all butthurt on the. Everyone's all butthurt on YouTube, and they won't get on.
All right. Yeah, okay, we're preparing this. We're preparing our song War. Yeah, we're premiering it now. Ready.
Alright. I have to grab your text you had really sent me so I can copy it.
Yeah.
Can I copy this? Back in the CapCut. We gotta invite that French guy back.
Go ahead. I don't remember his name, but yeah, if you want to, yeah.
Let's get you a coffee.
Yeah.
We don't like it that hot anyways.
No, I don't. It doesn't really have to be burning hot.
Alright, bring it over.
Has to cool off for me anyway.
Bring your cup over.
Okay, thank you.
So I brought my own trash bag.
Very good. I like it. This is something I had to clean my toilet. I didn't realize I had some comment there and a little thing. I thought I had to do it by hand. And so I saw the thing where you did it.
Yeah.
That's how you clean your toilet. I thought I had to do it by hand. It's gross to me, so I didn't do it. I was going to take paper towels to it and just clean it out by hand. I forgot. Didn't realize with my ASCII and all that you can just use that little thing and put the comment in and just do it, right? I literally would never have figured that out if I hadn't seen how you did it.
Will you stir it real quick?
Yeah.
Just
I'm smart to figure out that's how you did it, but I'm not smart to figure out
It's okay.
to do that.
Help me out anyway.
Thank you, man.
I'm not one trick pony, you know?
No, you're not.
Okay, let me go here. Okay, so, okay.
It's perfect. I like it exactly this hot.
Okay. There's actually a really cool thing I have here at the end. That's pretty cool.
Cool.
Look what I have at the end.
What?
You're gonna love this. This is where I'm gonna put the quote. So it says right here.
Mm-hmm. Cool. I like it. It's very good.
Yeah. All right. Get some text on here. Text. Add text. That's good. It's exporting.
Okay.
See if I go in there.
Yeah, go ahead, please. Your turn.
All right. So that's done.
Cool.
Let's see here. So I'm going to upload it now. All right. Still 10 people on.
Okay.
So now I've got to go to YouTube again because I had uploaded it. You know?
Yeah.
Now I got to re-upload it with the new ending. Next. Next. Select. Oh man. It's all taking forever. We can work on a better description later with.
Yeah.
Right now, I just said ancient story, theme of innocence. So let them know also do SoundCloud.
Yeah.
Verification, required external links couple. Verify. One-time verification. One-time verification. Use video oh, shoot, that's stupid. So I can't use a link. Let me see if it'll allow it without the HTTPS on there. And I'll allow that. So I snug it by without the link. Oh my god. Okay. Done. And we're going to upload. So it's uploading.
Okay.
Alright guys, it's going live. Here it is, uploading. 2 minutes left. 50, 36. I'm only a minute late. Processing. Okay. What we can do is I can load on here. And we'll watch it when everyone else does. So I suggest you guys that are on the chat just check it out. It's it says it can take up to 37 minutes.
To upload? Wow.
Well, to convert to HD, it doesn't need to because it's only one image.
Okay, sorry.
So I don't know what it's trying to do. It may go quicker than that. Now it says 10 minutes left. Should go live any moment because there's not a whole lot. It's just one image.
Right.
You can add whatever special tags you want after that. Checking. This is where it checks to see if it's copyright material or what have you. Oh, it's uploaded. It says it's processing to HD, but if I go here, oh, that's what's wrong. So it releases the low res version, and then it eventually does the high res. Go to videos. There it is. Check it out.
Okay, I will.
I think it's pretty cool imagery there. See that? See how it fades in?
Let me see.
Let me stream this to R so it appears behind us. So it's going to do desktop. Desktop. What is this? There's full. That's fine. That makes sense. Okay. Here we go. There we go. Okay, guys, it's playing. Launch it on your web browsers.
Fearless sea is where your knowledge inside. Fearless sea is where you go to die. War is a game just like tic-tac-toe. But there's anybody win, that's what I wanna know. War is a game, but it's hell to score. Hey, I'm an American, believe in rock and war. War is what I live for. War is how it's settled the score.
Here we go, guys. You think you like it? Yeah. Let's crank this, man. Oh yeah. Hear that?
This sound is big, better than the car was. You got the speakers going here, huh? Very good.
Oh yeah.
It's how I live and die. War
So
is
good.
what I believe in. War,
That's a good scene.
yeah,
That's what we'll see the cement right there.
That's a good one.
That you can no longer
it's what I love.
do anything because of AI screws, right?
It's when push comes to shove, push comes to shove, push comes to shove. I love war.
That sounds good. Fucking good song.
That's cool.
And God
That's not the end, right? It sounds like
No, not at all.
it sounds like it could be, but it isn't.
Like that bass.
Yeah, I do. That's cool.
That bass is just hitting hard.
Yeah, it is. Like psychotic bass. By the Materator.
I get one boost on those notes in the bass.
Yeah.
Post-production.
Yeah. Post production, right?
Push comes to shove, push comes to shove, push comes to shove. I love war.
No, watch the end. Watch this.
Oh yeah, the end. The quote, right? That's so beautiful, dude. That's awesome, man. That's exactly how I thought of it, and I didn't go on about it. I didn't go on about make it right, did I? That's perfect, dude.
Is that awesome, dude? Did we do
Awesome.
well here?
We did
All
great.
right,
Man. High
man.
five, man. That was great, dude.
What I'm probably going to do is leave my stuff here, and I'll have to come back next week.
All right, let's do that. Yeah.
I thought we'd have more time, but we just
We ran out of time, didn't we?
ran out of time.
Okay.
Yeah, so let's see. Yeah, it's really good, man.
It's great, man.
I feel like listening to it again. What about you?
Change it. Listen one more time, just for the heck of it.
See how it fades in like this?
Yeah.
At the bare minimum, I could do, you know?
Yeah.
It's a great image, though, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's pretty cool. See that guitar part of yours?
Yeah. In the background, right? Sounds like howling wind or something, right?
I'm not disturbing the peace, I'm promoting the war. I got this new gun, got all these bullets for. USC is where you get knowledge inside. USC is where you go off to die. War is a game just like tic-tac-toe. But does anybody win? That's what I wanna know. War is a game where they settle the score. Hey, I'm an American, believe in rock and roll. War is what I live for.
Yeah.
War is how we settle the score.
Hear that bass?
Yeah, I do.
Oh, yeah. Guns. Bam. That's for all the haters. Kabam!
Yeah,
Right
really.
here. Kabam!
Yeah.
That fucking tone, that guitar right there, is fucking great. I love the reverb on that bass. It just has that depth.
Yeah, it has a reverberating quality. Sounds like a chorus on it or something, right?
Here's your shredding part.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's two stereo because I have three voices, one center, two.
Oh, so that's why you can make it go from one to the other, back and forth, right? Is it all three at once, or is it one to the other?
All three at once.
Oh, that's why it has
Because it gives a chorus effect.
Yeah, chorus effect.
But
Yeah.
you extend it up differently over time, so one goes along, but then there's a reverb.
Yeah. So they're not perfectly identical, they're separated, right?
That's what I believe in. War, yeah, I'll do it again. War is what I love. War,
See, your voice hesitates a little
push
bit.
comes to shove.
I like that.
Push comes to
Yeah, I don't just
shove.
jump right
That's
in
what
it.
my brother really liked me with your voice.
Really? Yeah, like I'm reluctant to say what I'm saying, but I'll say it anyway. I'm not excited to talk about this topic. And you caught that. That's awesome. Thank you.
Is that awesome?
That's awesome, man.
We called the him.
You did. And I thought of
You
it
should
as
be very proud of yourself.
I thought of it as hesitation, that it might not have been
does, but it should do really well.
Yeah, let's hear it again and let's check it out. Let's see how it's doing, but let's hear it. Let's keep hearing it again first. Oh wait, it travels out, right? That's not the end.
Tease them. Tease them.
Yeah. We wouldn't have ended it that stupidly and simply, but it makes it think it might be the end. Brother's a good music critic. He heard the very new music. I come in a little late, but it's good, right?
See how it goes in? I drifted right into the sound effects, the voice.
Yeah. You call it in the weeds.
Oh no.
No?
This one. You drift right into the
So
sound effects.
my voice morphs into a sound effect.
Well, into the howling guitar.
Oh,
Goes
okay,
right
I don't
into the
understand.
pitch.
My voice becomes a howling guitar?
Well, you can listen to it. Listen. Right here. Drifts out. Goes right
It
into
goes
that.
into it. Like it becomes that. It morphs into it. Right.
Like that.
Yeah,
Little details.
I do. Little details, yeah.
Transitional details by conscript. That's where the amateurishness in what I'm doing would come out. Is if it didn't flow into different sections, probably.
Wow, that's cool. Not just making any one sound, but how they flow together.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
That's great.
Oh yeah. Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
I wonder what Metal Douche Canoe thinks of that.
Yeah, right.
What about Pudge the Knob the
Gobbler.
Gob? Pudge Knob the Gob or
Yeah.
Jenna Jellybean?
Right. Jenna Jelly Bean.
Jenna Jellybean. What do they think of that? Yeah. What do you think? Is the Jimmy putting out product? See, is his big balls dropping on your head? It's gotta suck to be you right now.
Really?
They were hoping that you'd put out a real loser.
Yeah. That would be like an ace in their hole. Right? If I
Yeah.
just tanked on this one.
Yeah.
After all this talk and being here all day going live and everything, if I just can't do shit, right?
Well, there's 16 views. And look at this. Look at the watch time.
I don't know what that means. I'm not an expert at that.
People listen to the whole thing.
Okay.
They didn't listen to 10 seconds. They
Right.
quit.
Right.
Why? Because it tells a story.
Right, it does.
Look at this.
What?
Look at this. More than usual. Way up.
Right.
Can we good?
Yes.
Oh boy, man. All right. What do you think? Are we good to go off live?
Yeah, I think we're good.
All right, people. Thanks for watching. I know we're boring as usual, taking forever, but it is what it is. Hope you enjoy the song. All right.